Welcome back to the shipyard and some more beginner advice. Today, something a little different. I don't want to talk about a faction specifically, but more so, I want to talk about the importance of weird maneuvering. Maneuvers in this game are super important, but one of the things that I see players, especially new players, falling into is flying their fleet in a close formation and doing the same move with all of their ships. So, for instance, flying everything and doing one straights or two straights all the time, and then banking together or doing hard turns together. That's okay, but it's very predictable, especially when you have gaps in your captain skill. Your opponent can react. They have a really good idea where your fleet is going to be. So how do you combat that? How do you change up what you're going to do? Well, you stagger your fleet. You pull reverse maneuvers. And that is the best thing in this game. The reverse will save you games. It allows you to engage and then back up and get out of engagement range, perhaps, or keep your engagement at range 3. It puts you in a position where you are dictating terms. You're not just flying towards your opponent the entire time. The reverse is great for any kind of interaction with a specific objective point. If you're trying to interact with a planet, if you're trying to interact with a mission token or an objective token on the board, and you need to do it multiple times, well, fly up to it, and then rather than trying to circle around it, reverse, and then come back to it. Yeah, that probably means you're taking a round off from interacting with it, but you'll be okay, because your opponent won't necessarily think that you're going to reverse. This is all stemming from the last OP that I played in, where I was running the oversized Borg cube, and my opponent came in, engaged at range 3, and then pulled reverses so that a couple of his ships couldn't be shot at, because they would have if he had moved in. Then I would have had a shot at him at range 2, where the Borg can actually shoot. And then he brought other of his ships in to shoot at me at range 3. And then he just kind of kept doing that. That is what is colloquially known as the Fed shuffle. Bring them up, back them off. Bring them up, back them off. But instead of doing everything up and everything back, everything up and everything back, he was staggering his fleet. He was doing like 2 up, 1 back, and then 1 up, 2 back. And it worked really, really well. I've commented in other videos, especially match commentary, when players throw the reverse. Yeah, sometimes you can see it coming, but it's a great trick. It works really well when your opponent drops cloaked mines, because it gives you so many more options in how to get around them. I know that reverses come at a cost. It's the red, the ox power. And a lot of people fear that. They go, but I want my actions. I can't win without my actions. Yeah, you can. You can. You can do well without your actions. It's going to take some luck, but you can still do all right. I would rather have board position with no actions than be put in a bad position with all the actions in the world. And at some point, you have to make a call. That's one of those situations where I'm asking you guys to trust the experience of people who have some experience. So Another thing you can do, bank maneuvers. Bank a lot. Don't just fly straight. A 3 bank and then another 3 bank in the opposite direction is essentially 2 4 straights plus a sensor echo. You go a little bit off to the side. So that's another thing to keep in mind. It helps you move a little faster when you bank. So, yeah. I don't want to harp on that too long. So, today's beginner advice: remember the reverse. Don't fear the reverse. Don't fear the come about. Red maneuvers can be your friends. Pull them every once in a while because people won't see them coming. So, all right. That's it for me. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care, guys.